So, chapter 4.2, some of it goes pretty quick and easy, some of it not so much. And this is probably going to take at least two, probably three videos to get through all the material. The nice part about uh, this problem right here is the quickest, easiest problem, but a lot of people have problems with the give me problems, and that's what I do call this is a give me, because honestly, it should be a give me. The standard, not standard, but the slope intercept equation of a line, slope y-intercept. Well, uh, it told us what the slope was, that's m. It told us what the y-intercept is, that's b. Now, sometimes the y-intercept shows up as 0, comma 43, or 0, comma b, whatever that number is. Well, plug and chug. And really on this one, you don't even have to chug. Keep x as x. Since b is positive, put plus. If b was negative, you would put a minus there. And that is all there is to that problem. Literally. It is the easiest problem in the world. So if you miss it, slap your hand, because you should not miss that one. Just saying. Number next. Find the slope of a line, A, parallel, B, perpendicular to the line, blah. Well, when it asks you to do that, the first thing you got to know is if M is 2/7, the slope parallel is going to be the exact same thing. And the slope perpendicular, or the slope that's at 90-degree angle to it, is the opposite sign and the fraction flipped over. Now, if this slope happens to be a whole number, let's say 2 instead of 2/7, then parallel will be 2 and perpendicular will be negative 1/2. Because remember, a whole number is a fraction over 1. So, now that I've taught you that, the first thing we have to do is solve for y. Well, we could move the 2x and the 6, or we could, move the 2x and then divide by a negative. I don't like dividing by a negative. So let's move this negative 5y, and let's move this negative 6. Remember, if it goes to the opposite side of equals, it takes the opposite sign. 2x stayed on the same side. -6 switches sides. So it becomes +6. 5y goes to the opposite side. So instead of negative, I get positive. And then I need to divide by 5. And because I need my slope, okay, I need to divide each piece by 5. Now, that tells me m is 2/5. So my parallel slope is 2/5. Then my perpendicular slope is the opposite sign and flip the fraction over. Number next. And we done that, so I don't need to explain that. Now, give the slope and the y-intercept. Okay? Well, the y-intercept is when x equals 0. When x equals 0. So when x equals 0, 5 times nothing goes away, and that leaves me -3y's equal -15. So this is the very first thing I would do if I was doing this problem. Okay? Then the opposite of dividing, or timesing by -3 is to divide both sides by -3. I have this habit that I think ahead, and so I'm trying to get to my answer, and I knew I had to divide. Yeah, I do that stuff a lot. Negative divided by negative, choppa choppa, 15 divided by 3 is 5. So my y-intercept is 5. Now, it says sketch the graph. Truth is, you can just go ahead and put this thing into Desmos, and it will graph it for you. So that's the nice part about this problem. Okay. And let me go ahead and go to Desmos and do this. 5x minus 3y equals -15. There's my y-intercept, and there's my x-intercept. My x-intercept and my y-intercept. All right. Now, to get from here to here, I go to the right 3 spaces, and I go up 5 spaces. Rise, over, run. Rise is 5, over, run, which is 3. I could leave it as this, 5/3, or I could put 1.6 repeated forever, which I don't like that. And your program won't like that either. So it will like 5/3 though. Okay? So negative 3005 are the two nice points that I would use to graph this equation. And your slope is 5/3.